Yo, what up, everybody? It's your boy D, and we're gonna have a little fun. I'm gonna show you how to do basically, I'm gonna show you how to put a template together. Um, so when basically, so when you record or when you're recording vocals, you're gonna be able to click on um, new project from template, and I'm gonna show you where that's at. If you go to MPC and you go to right here or new from template. And that's basically gonna, so you don't have to set it up every time. Every time you start a session, you don't have to reset everything up and all that. Put all your, your effects in and everything. So, all right. So, from loading up your the MPC software here, I always get rid of this right here. I'll bring this over for the other screen, which you can't see right now, but I'm setting the other screen up. Okay. So, all right. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go right here to right there so I can bring up the audio tracks. That's the first thing. I'm setting this up. So we're gonna, and then I'm gonna go to audio right here. Now I'm gonna set it up for, let's say, 10 tracks. So let's load 10 tracks up. All right. So this, select the first one, whatever. So first thing I like to do is, 'cause a lot of people that come in to record, always have a beat from YouTube or instrumental from somewhere. So you want to set these bars, because right now the bars are set on 2. So you basically want to bring that up. I usually bring it up to like 100 or whatever, and I take it down later. I take the numbers down a little later, but I usually like starting off with 100. Then I make sure on tools, make sure that metronome, the count in is off and the enable is off, because you don't want to hear the metronome when you're recording your vocals. Now, time correction, I'm gonna take that off, because I don't need it to be time corrected. And then from here, I will go to, let's see. All right, I'm gonna bring you over to the. I'm gonna bring you over to the other. I'm bringing you over to the other screen right now, because that's what I'm gonna be working from. All right, so here's the other screen. Let's select that screen right there. Let's bring it up. All right. So right now, let's highlight. Let's highlight 9 of the screens. I can just go. Actually, I could just go to the end and select 9. Now, on one video, I said you had to hold down shift when you hold down shift to select all the tracks that you want. Then after that, you can let go. Before, in one of the videos, I said you had to keep holding down shift after to change the input, but you don't. You can let go. So once I have all the input selected, I'm gonna go to input right here, and I'm gonna go to mono, because my mic is plugged into input 1. So as you see, it changed all of them to mono. It changed all of them to input 1. Now I'm gonna take the output, and I'm gonna bring the output over to submix 1, because we're gonna be putting the effects into that submix 1. Now you can take each individual track and bring it into different submixes if you want different effects. Like, say if you use an auto tune on one, but you don't want that track to have auto tune, then you bring it to another submix. All right. So, but we're just setting up a template right now. And so, after this is going to be your the reason why I didn't change this one, because this track 10 is where I'm gonna drag. If it was an instrumental I'm dragging in, I wanted to go there, so it doesn't matter about that input. And I'm gonna change this to see where it says audio 10. I'm gonna change that to, I'm gonna make that say MP3. And you just what I do is just double click on the name, and then you change the name. You change the name. So on audio track right here, on audio track 001, that's the first track. I could change that to main. M-A. So that could be your main vocals. And this is so on and so on. I'm not going to change every single one of them, but you get what I'm talking about. So that could be the main vocals, that could be your ad-libs. Track 3 could be your your hook, your double, the next one could be doubling the hook, depending on what you want to, what you want to do. All right, real quick, I'm gonna go back to select all 9 again, because this right here, where you're gonna be getting the sound from, for some reason I always change this to auto. It'll auto detect the mic and everything, so you keep that there. Click off of that. Now I'm gonna go over to, now this is where, right now we're gonna be where you put the your effects in. Like, some people, like right now everything is dry. So if I record in this session right here, it's gonna be dry. Some people record wet, which I like to record wet. So real quick, I'm gonna just show you. You're gonna go right to your submix 1, and you're gonna throw some of your effects in. Now, if you have the wave bundle or whatever, you can go to waves, and so you can put your compression in here, and you can put your let's see what else we want to add in there. We want to add now I'm just doing this real quick just to show you how to set up a template. We can put in your doubler. We can put in let's see. Let's find a reverb real quick. And you're gonna have your different effects, or your different plugins, depending on what you're using. If you're using the stock that come with your MPC, or here goes the EQ. Let's use the EQ right here. Let's put the 8 in. 8 mono stereo mono. All right, so that's basically it. So I got this right here, and what I usually do is I usually set these how I want it, and you might need somebody in your booth to talk, to rap, because you don't want the full effect in it while you're recording. You don't want too much reverb, you don't want too much echo, so you want to turn those down to just where it sounds really good, but not too much, because after you record, then you're gonna start adjusting everything. But you just want, when they go into the mic, when they go onto the mic, that it sounds pretty crystal clear. You don't want too much reverb when they're in there laying down the track. You just want a little bit, just to make it sound pretty decent. And you're gonna adjust your volume. You're gonna adjust everything. So now, right now, like I was saying before, everything is being sent to submix 1. So track 1, track 2, track 3, all the way up to track 9 is being sent to submix 1. Now, say if there's a track, say on track 2, you don't want it to have these effects. You want it to have a different effect. You want to use something else, to for that track 2. Track 2 could be somebody else singing or something. You just want a different feel. So what you would do is you just go to submix right here, and you bring that over to like submix 2. So now track 2 doesn't have none of these effects, is not going to have any of these effects. So you go to submix 2, and of course you would add your own effects. Let's go to Akai's internal effects. Let's go that compression, whatever, right there. So, and so on and so on. You understand what I'm talking about. And so submix 2 would have that on it. So now since that's all set up, I'm gonna bring you back over to the other screen, which is right here. And like you see it's all labeled and everything right here, good to go. And like I said, track 10 would have that MP3 on it. If you had an MP3, that's where the audio would go for that. So like if I had, like, say if let's say here, I'll take this one. And I'm gonna show you what I'm talking about the so I'm gonna just lay that on there real quick, and I'm gonna just drag that all the way over to the beginning of the track. Now, always do this to make it. Now let's see if I got enough of the. See, I don't have enough, so that isn't. Even though I put on 100 bars, it still cuts it off right there. So let's see how long this actually really is. So I'm up at 137 right now. Let's see when it ends. Still didn't end yet. So I mean, you're gonna have to, find out what, what you want to bring it to. This is a long. This is a long. All right, so this MP3 is actually like 191, like between 190 and 191. So that's how many bars that one is. So if I go down here, I bring it back down to 193, and then it'll bring it right there, so where it cuts off at. Now your MP3 might not be as long. I don't know what this one is. So let's see. What it is. It might be a song. It's an instrumental or some of some sort. All right, so that's why I didn't have to worry about the input on that, because you're not using any input. You're just dragging the MP3. When somebody says, "All right, yo, I have the MP3," you could drag it on there. So that's basically what that's about. So I could take that out because I don't need that, because we're just building a template. So you don't have to do basically you're not gonna have to go through this again, setting up all your effects that you're gonna be using. None of that. It's already gonna be set. And like I said, your bars, you can set it to just any number, and then later on you can change it. So you can set it, if you want, you can set it to an even 200. That's pretty good. And and you might not have to worry about how long, how many bars that beat is. All right, so now what you're gonna do, so say if after you got everything set, everything sounds good, you had your homeboy or whatever go in the booth and set the vocals, and this is only a preset, so you're gonna have to, once you start recording, you're gonna have to adjust some things. You're gonna have to do different things, because the preset isn't built for everybody, so you're gonna have to adjust it and whatever. So now after you have that, after you have everything set how you want it, you double check everything, make sure. And what I like to bring this over to time, this make it say time display, uh, and everything looks good to me so far. So we're gonna save this template. So basically, I'm gonna go to File, and I'm gonna hit Save Project As right here. Save Project As. I hope everybody's keeping up with me. I hope I'm not going too slow or too fast. All right, so Save Project As, and then see where it says Save as Template. Click that bar right there. But before you do that, make sure you're gonna put this in a place where you can remember. So right now, I'm gonna bring this. I'm gonna put it on my desktop, and I'm gonna click New Folder, and I'm gonna call it Temp. Named it Temp. I'm gonna click Do It, and then the template right here. Let's call it Wrap. Like say. So I'm gonna call that Wrap. That's gonna be my Wrap template. So I'm gonna hit Save. Now it's saving everything as it is right now. So now, if I close down this, if I close down, let's say, if I close down, let's just put on new project real quick. All right, so everything is just new project. Now, say if I just turn on the MP, of course, the software, this is what's going to load up. Now, there's two ways you can access that template. So let me show you the first way. I'm gonna close down the MPC software. And I'm gonna now you gotta find the folder that you made, and the folder is called temp, so it's right here. Now you can either move this, you could take this. It made a folder here, made a project file, but you can either take this and move it to your desktop or wherever you want, and you can double click that, and it's gonna load up that template. So once it loads up, now see this is the thing that I don't understand that it does. It saved the bars. See, it says 200, but it still the time correction. You still have to turn back off. The metrodome you don't. It keeps that like how you had it set, but that time correction it for some reason it doesn't save how you left how you left it. So now if I click on right up here, if I click on the channel mixer, all my tracks are there. Everything is there. And then for some reason, like I said, it didn't keep it kept this here, the keyboard, but that doesn't matter. And on the other screen, you still have to click the mixer window so the mixer will come up. But then, of course, after the mixer is up, let me show you that. So the mixer's here. It doesn't keep all the settings like you would want, but it basically all your effects, everything is in here. Everything is going to where where you left it at. Inputs are still correct. The submixes are still correct. Submix 1, submix 2, and the rest were submix 1. And it kept the names of the of the tracks that you named. Now, somebody had mentioned about the coloring now of the tracks, which I've done like several years ago. A bunch of years and years ago, I had made a little Photoshop of the MPC software if it was a full DAW, which I did show the tracks being colored and different colors, and it could be the same colors of the MPC pads or whatever like that, but it would make it a lot easier if you did that. And you were because some people like to color the main vocals one color, the ad-libs. It just makes it easier to go right to what what you had, even though if they're labeled. A color and visual effect, a visual on it would just be a lot easier because you can go straight to it. So that's basically how you set up a template. Now, one thing that I haven't been able to do is set up multiple templates. So when I go into this template folder that I made, it's only one template there. So if I delete this template and I go to, if I create another template, it doesn't, it's not going to ask me to choose it's not going to ask me to choose what template I want to open. So say if I, and this is what they got to do. They got to make it so you can have multiple templates. Because if I have a template for rap, set up, and I might want to have a template for R&B set up. So right here, so this right here is let's say if this was a template I wanted to set up a template for this, and I hit save project as, and I hit save as template, and I go to the, let's see if it does it, because I'm just speculating. So let's go here. Let's go into temp, because that's where that is. Now that one says rap. Let's make one that says R&B. Or let's just do it like this, R&B, like that. Let's just see if it makes that. Oops. R&B. All right, so there you go. Save as template. It should put it right in here. So let's hit save. All right, so now it saved it. Now let's go see what it did. So, oops. I'm not even sure if I even showed you what I just did. All right, so R&B template, rap template. All right, so yeah, it did do what I wanted it to do. It did make two separate templates, but when you go to, and let me show you real quick what I did, because I don't think I had it on the screen that I should have been on. All right, so what I actually did was I basically made another template. So I went here and let's make another one real quick, just so you see it. Let's do 3 tracks on this one. It's like say if I set this one up for R&B or some other type of genre of music, and I set everything up for it, and so I want to be able to use it. So then set it up the same way you did before. Whatever, how many tracks you need. You might need more. You might need less. You might need different effects. Well, go ahead and set that up. Do everything that you want to do, and then go to File again. Hit Save Project As. Set Template. We're gonna put that in the same folder where we put the other ones at. Go here. I put on my desktop under Temp. As you can see, did that. Let's name this one. Let's name it Rock. In case rock template, whatever. And then I'm gonna hit Save. So now see right here when I go to load and I hit new from template, it just loads up anything. The last one you did, it doesn't say choose which one. So when you do that, you have to go into your temp folder, which I'm already in right here, and you select which one you want. So I mean, that's not no problem. So you basically just go to your template folder, and be like, all right, I'm doing an R&B today. So you just double click on R&B, and it's gonna load that. It's gonna load that template up for you that you had for that. And for that R&B, I only loaded up one track. But you get what I'm saying. So it would be nice if I were able to go to File, New from Template, and it had an arrow here, and I could select what template I want. If it said rap, rock, R&B, and I could just select it. But you're gonna have to go into the folder and into your template folder and select which one you want. And like I said, once you have to do that, then you still have to go to your time correction, to your to the keyboard on the bottom, delete that. But everything is easy, not too much. But the majority of everything will be already set up. You'll be ready to go. It takes it will, the time that you do it is going to take time off of when you're recording, and you don't have to go through all that again and everything. All right, it's your boy D. Have fun with it. Make suggestions. Whatever, man. Just have fun. It's your boy D. I'm out. Peace.